Despite being in this hobby for nearly 15 years, I've avoided buying from forgeworld until now. Normally it's just due to price, and yeah, price is seriously a barrier. Look at anything Imperial armor. Look at anything for the Horus Heresy, or really anything in general from them. I get that custom order stuff costs more to make, but still. But I saw these, and I couldn't pass up on them. Random packaging out of the way. Random box. Now, the random white box of forgeworld. There is nothing interesting about that box, so I'll pull it out of the way because I don't need to advertise for them. But yeah, we've got the assembly guide, which might actually cover cleaning. Yeah, it covers cleaning, good. I'm going to stick these things in a warm thing of detergent after I'm done. But yeah, we've got the rules for them as well. But yeah, when I saw these, I couldn't pass them up. Like, look at them. Those two priests right there are going to be perfect for the Ministorum. And that one in the centre. While I won't get to converting it in this video, I have plans for it. But before that, let's take a look at the parts. So, if I can open it. Right now would be the time for me to call in a scalpel. There's a lot of parts. I wasn't actually expecting as many parts as there seems to be, but I suspect those parts won't stay a lot of parts when I get the thing built. So my stand is not standing on business. So first up we have some arms, or parts of an arm. We have braziers and a censure. We have part of that sit-in casket priest and a mace. Is that flash or is that? Yeah, that's flash. We have a servo skull with brazier, which I'm guessing is somewhere down there. Which I am guessing is that little one there that I completely didn't see. So it may not stay on here, and I may use it with the Sister of Battle. I'm surprised they didn't, chuck it all on one gate. There's so many individual gates here, it's weird. You've got little candles. I was thinking this was going to be simple. Because I'm used to building things from like Victoria miniatures and so on. We've got the wings from the cherub. I'm not a big fan of cherubs. We've got the Ministorum icon. Like, how good's that? That looks really cool. Why did they copyrighted this for last year? Guessing it was intended to be released. Who knows? Some stuff that's dated for years prior only gets released like a year, gets released that year. Sometimes it gets released 5 years later. I think some of the Primaris stuff had like copyright date 2013 on it or something. We've got the two priest faces. They give metal band vibes or death from Horrible Histories. We've got one of the servo skulls, one of the cherubs. Where does that go? I'll give the instructions a look at and see, because I'm getting the feeling this kit's going to give me a lot of useful bits. We've got one of the chain axes. Now, there is a plan for the second half of this video. Well, actually, the third of it, to turn these into to turn the two bodyguards into Ministorum priests. Now that is a part. That is from the side of the model. So I'm guessing there's a few options as to what I can put on this model. That's a neat detail. That's the chair. It's decently detailed. The robes are well sculpted. Looks vaguely comfortable. We've got part of the chair. I'm guessing it's the right side. We've got some back of the chair. Holy crap, this is detailed. That is nice. Look at that detail. Make sure the back of it's plain because it attaches onto the back of there. But like gorgeous details. I'm still not solid on this kit being worth the full retail price, but it's looking nice. There's certainly some good stuff. We've got the legs. I love their boot guards. Those are actually really cool. I wish normal Ministorum priests had it. Like, these guys look amazing. And yet the most detailed Ministorum priest we get is bloody Thaddeus the Purifier. All that other version that came in the relic thing. And so we've got the two main plastic Ministorum priest models you can find outside of like the Cadian character box is Thaddeus the Purified. Now, pardon, the end of his mace being gone. There was a brazier on there, but I lost the brazier. Yeah, when I finish this, they're going to be on the chat. This model's unit is going to be on the channel. Although, hopefully, I say that as if I'm not going to have the video on these up before this one. We've got one of the Ministorum priests with pistol holster. Got part of the bed. Gorgeous details. Where's this for the Ministorum? Like, there is no Forge World kits for the Sisters of Battle at this point. Like, the only one we had was the Immolator. Not the Immolator, was the Repressor. And Forge World couldn't be bothered making one that didn't have issues with the mold. Like, just redesign it and make it look better. I'm sure it didn't match the current aesthetic for the Sisters, but that's fixable. And then we've got the necromunda bases with added flash. So yeah, these are. Is that actually flash? Yes, that is. So yeah, these actually look neat. We've got the instructions. Okay, we have a lot of parts. But apparently relatively straightforward instructions. Okay. I cannot guarantee every piece from this is going to stay on this by the end of this model's life. Well, basically, the current plan, and the plan for this video, is to turn these two into Ministorum priests after I've built them up. But, long term, when I get around to actually making the rest of it, that model's going in an Immolator. Anyway, I'm going to clean these things up and build them up, and I'll be back and share my thoughts on, building Forge World models. This should be interesting for me. I hope so for you. So, this is them now built. I didn't expect the trouble I was in for building them. Gotta say, not the biggest fan of Forge World resin. Or how they did things. Now I'm sure I've lost a detail or two here and there because of how things went with sprue tabs and gates connecting onto tiny details. But here we have the two fraternus bodyguards, or walking violations of the is it the decree passive? The no men under arms decree that is the reason Sisters of Battle exist. But yeah, these are nice sculpts, but they're tall. Like, for context, here is Thaddeus. Like, I know he's not as dramatically posed, but like, that's Thaddeus, the Purifier. He's kind of tall. Standing sister with melter gun. I mean, if you want you guys to be taller than your sisters. Now, I don't have any necromunda models to hold up next to these, so sorry about that. But yeah, like, the details on these are gorgeous. It's going to make things interesting when I go to do the next step, which is turning these into units for the Ministorum. But yeah, like, I like the details. This model here is gorgeous. Now I have not got her permanently attached on. I've got the top of the bed and her held on with blue tack, whilst everything else is basically attached together. I've got everything blue tacked onto the bases, both because I plan on making, well, both because I have alternative bases for these for 40k, and, well, these two get to have bases. This one is getting mounted in a tank at some point. I say some point. It won't be this video that she gets to be a turret gunner, but soon, hopefully. But yeah, we've got like, what are these models armed within the rules? Prima Militaris, House Coin, Ministerium Delegation Hierarchy. We've got rules that don't make the greatest of sense to me as someone who is the necromunda player, but yeah, like, rules wise, movement of I think this is for the hover chair the person on the bed, which I reckon is probably a hover chair. Movement 5, weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 2, initiative 4. Oh wow, it's been ages since I've seen initiative. Attacks 2. It can attack. Leadership. Wait, is Elmley leadership 5+? Not sure what that is. CL 6+. Will 6. Oh, WIL 6+. Initiative 7+. Mastercraft bolt pistol. It has a bolt pistol. Where? Somewhere on this thing there's supposed to be a bolt pistol. I don't know where. It has what I think is going to be the stats for Mastercraft bolt pistols, and the mace is a shock stave. Which is strength E, or SE, L 2 inches, strength 5+1, oh no, S+1, damage 1, melee, shock, versatile. Wargear wise, the character has light carapace armor and a refractor field. Skills, devotional, frenzy, and overseer. The Fraternus bodyguards have... Oh, wait, the Eviscerator gets a ranged profile. They count as having a chainsword somewhere. They count as having an Eviscerator. That is a +1 to strength Eviscerator. AP -1, damage 1, melee, sever, shred, unwieldy, versatile. Oh, the ranged option, okay. The ranged option. This thing behaves similar to the Ministorum Priest. Let's just turn it around. This thing behaves similar to the Vindicators you see on Ministorum Priests, which is convenient because I'm about to convert it into a Vindicator in a moment. I just want to take a bit more of a look at the rules. The instructions were basic. Like, I'm going to be honest, every sprue had numbers on it. It would have been nice to know what sprue some parts came from. At least, you know, I've built a few model kits before, so I have an idea of what goes where and what comes from where, but still, it was frustrating. I was surprised by how much grief this gave me as I was working on it. But yeah, these things were a bit of a nuisance to put together. I mean, one of them I've had to use milliput in to gap fill, which ended up, the leftovers ended up becoming basing material for the two of them. Okay, and here's the bases that came with the set. Now I've painted them up in a kind of rusting bronze colour scheme. Kind of just like the idea of rusting bronze or rusting brass, either way. But they aren't the highlight. We have the Maternus Prime and the Fraternus bodyguards in painted form, now post minor conversion. Now I'll be doing a video tomorrow on the conversion, because this video is already like 20 minutes long. But I just wanted to show them at the end here. So thank you guys for watching, and to see the relatively easy process of converting these into Ministorum Priests, check in tomorrow. As for this big one, well, later in the year, she's getting mounted on an immolator. Maybe without the little servo skull. That little servo skull is neat, but a nuisance. And it would be wasted because it'd be buried inside the hull. Because that is cut so as to actually, like, it's not cut through yet, but it will be. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you've got these, how did you guys paint them? I realise I've kind of got these not long after they went out, but I figured I'd share the paint job in case you don't watch tomorrow's video. And if you do, well, I hope you enjoy both. Anyway, catch you around. Bye.